screen seen?
Yes, you are seen.
Okay, fine. So let us start with, okay, should I put my, what is an encephalopathy? Whenever you consider a metabolic conditions, you always think that encephalopathy is one which is the most common presentation for any metabolic abnormalities. So encephalopathy is defined as a reversible global change in the brain function, which may manifest as attentional impairment. It may have a sleep-wake cycle disturbances. It may have a deficits in memory and mental data processing. Person becomes slow to respond to the next question. And there is changes in arousal. They may become hyper or they may become hypoactive depending on what the metabolic conditions are. Like there is a thyrotoxicosis, it may become hyper. If there is a myxedema and hypothyroidism, he may become hypoactive. So that's the way the encephalopathy can present. And it is very important to diagnose this encephalopathy because earlier you diagnose, the better is the outcome. And if you have a prolonged state and if it goes undiagnosed, you definitely have a poorer outcome. And moment you diagnose this, it is very helpful to manage it as soon as possible, because the problem here is that encephalopathy is often present in a similar way, even though the etiology may be variant. So the EEG tells us that it gives us a rapid information on what is the current brain dysfunction. So if the current brain dysfunction is what is seen, then you know that what level the patient is. And then we can see further what further to do the how to manage this patient, at which level they are, and then you can go over to the etiology. This slide not moving further. Should I put my video off?
There is a cursor sometimes at the bottom. So just go to the bottom of the screen. There's an arrow which will take it forward.
Try to...
No, the thing is, my slide is not going on next. Yeah, okay, fine. I will just put my video off, I think. Yeah. So the EEG helps in establishing the diagnosis of encephalopathy. The most important thing is it tells us whether patient is suffering from subclinical seizures, patient is suffering from non-convulsive status epilepticus, which is one of the common thing which we see in metabolic, and gauging whether the severity of the brain dysfunction is how much, whether it is just a mild encephalopathy, severe or moderate. It tells you, because of this, it tells you what is the prognostication. And then it definitely helps in differentiating organic from psychiatric conditions, because the EEG will tell us if there is a
You've lost your voice.
I think the voice is
not probably a true encephalopathy. Yeah.
I think the internet is a little unstable.
Internet speed is maybe a bit slow, Sangeeta. Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your voice is breaking at times. So maybe this internet speed is a bit slow.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have other internet here.
Anyway, you carry on. We can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. I think your video should be off, and then...
yeah, that's why I put my video off, I think. Okay, now the important thing is EEG does not have a specificity for the etiology. But definitely there are certain patterns like triphasic waves, which we see more often in hepatic and renal insufficiency. We have an alpha coma, spindle coma, which is seen more in brainstem dysfunction. So definitely helps you towards that, but it does not tell you what is the etiology. So now let's see what are the gradual changes which we see in the EEG with a mild, moderate or severe encephalopathy. So whenever there is a mild encephalopathy, it starts with a slowing of the posterior rhythm. The alpha is getting replaced by the theta, and then it becomes a widespread theta going anteriorly also. An important thing is the reactivity to the visual stimuli may go down. Visual stimuli, and then later on even the tactile stimuli may go down. Then comes the moderate encephalopathy, where you have fluctuating patterns of alpha and theta. In the amplitude varies from high amplitude to low amplitude, and it varies continuously. Then comes the third group, that is severe encephalopathy, where you have a further slowing in the large amplitude irregular delta. You may have a next group, it may be a small amplitude invariant delta less than 20 microvolt, which doesn't respond to anything, any stimuli. And then the final comes the burst suppression pattern, and then last is the electrocerebral silence. So let's just see the EEGs with this. So this is the first EEG, which is showing a mild encephalopathy. It shows a slowing of the posterior rhythm, and you can see that there is more and more slowing which is coming up on the posteriorly, and the theta is a little bit increasing. Then there's a theta has become now even frontal is also showing a theta. So it has increased, the theta activity has increased, and the alpha is very scanty. Then the third is when he goes to the further moderate encephalopathy, you may see the small amplitude alpha and theta, which are mixed on the background, and it fluctuates. The alpha and theta may fluctuate, alternating pattern of theta alpha, and then intermittent delta starts coming. And then we have a further down, then the delta becomes more pronounced, large amplitude theta delta, and the background becomes quite chaotic, and you have a continuous alternating patterns of theta and delta. Further going down, you may have a large amplitude irregular delta, which varies in the frequency and the amplitude. It may have 1 or 2 hertz, and then it may become a 2 or 3 hertz, or maybe 4 hertz. So irregular